The most bothersome part about hyperhidrosis growing up, I would have to say, would just be the way I felt inside. I always had this sweaty inner monologue that made me feel like I wasn't good enough and that I had to hide who I was. And it's not my fault that I have excessive sweating, but it's hard to hide because it's a physical condition. It physically manifests on my body. So things like the prom, I was worried about ruining my fancy satin dress. I remember before we would go out for a dance on the dance floor, I would literally clutch the tablecloth of the table where we were sitting right before I got up to go dance because I was so worried about ruining my dress. There are lots of different things that trigger me to sweat more. Things like networking, job interviews, public speaking. I try to use the trick in networking situations where I will hold a cocktail glass in my right hand that has ice in it. And then when I meet someone, I will switch the glass from my right to my left hand so that they are tricked into thinking that the sweat or that my wet hand is from the glass and not because I have hyperhidrosis. I've experienced a few complications due to my hyperhidrosis. When I was in high school on the track team, I was obviously running and sweating a lot, and so I would develop athlete's foot quite often, which I usually treated with over-the-counter creams and powders. And then if people who have groin sweating, which I do sometimes, that can develop yeast infections as well.